Caleb Black, can we get a time check, please?
It is currently 9:25.
You know what
Just
that
like every
means?
time, you can never see it, but
Yeah. You know what that means?
it's time for Caleb PM.
Woo! I love Caleb PM!
I love Caleb PMing.
If you're new to this show, we rank things. And today, you want to tell the folks at home what we're ranking?
This is a fun one for me because I love this series. We're going to be ranking all 6 of the Jurassic Park World movies, the Jurassic movies. Let's go!
It's dinosaurs!
And so those movies are Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion. Let's get in.
I counted 5, and I know I'm wrong, but I counted 5. Now I'm concerned. Number 6, Jurassic Park 3.
Awful movie.
The dream scene, in particular, one of the worst scenes in cinema, in my opinion.
It's so bad.
And
it's funny now, but it's so bad.
Shout out to my mom. This is like my mom's favorite movie series. And my mom hates movies. Like, will not sit down and watch a movie. She can't stand them. But she loves these movies. And I think this is like her second favorite one, if I'm correct. I could be wrong.
It's embarrassing.
But
I'm gonna have to talk to her.
You're gonna have to. She loves this movie, and I don't understand why. But
this one's just disappointing for me, and it makes me sad because it could have been possibly my favorite trilogy of all time if the third movie didn't suck so bad.
Yeah.
But it's a nothing movie. Nothing fun happens. The scenes, they're all so boring.
Sorry, Mom.
But moving on to number 5, I think there's a pretty big jump in quality here. I think you might disagree with that. But Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah. So this one for me was my least favorite in the series. But then you mentioned at least this one has Chris Pratt, and he's right. So I put it at 5 because it does have Chris Pratt. It's just this movie is the definition of boring. The story was fine, I guess. The cloning thing was like,
The cloning thing was dumb, and I get why people had a problem with it. It was unnecessary.
I agree.
But I like a lot of the scenes with Blue, and I think it ended pretty cool with like dinosaurs just becoming a part of civilization. I think that's kind of cool. It did a lot of cool stuff, but it was pretty boring. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it was a hard watch for me, but.
Yeah, I can't defend it fully. I get why people don't like it, but I think it's a little overhated.
I think
I was having a good time when Chris Pratt was on the screen.
After talking about it with you, I think it will go over 3 in my list now, but yeah, I don't like this movie. Number 4, Jurassic World Dominion. I think they fixed the problems that Fallen World caused.
Mm-hmm.
I think it summed up the story really well, brought back the original cast, and it was a lot of fun. It was exciting to watch, and I have a ginormous fear of bugs.
Yeah.
And so the locusts gave me nightmares for a few weeks. But other than that, I really didn't have any problems with this movie. The acting I thought was very good.
I think some of the characters, I'm not upset about it, but I think some characters just survived too much, like the legacy characters. I'm glad they all survived, but some of the situations they were in, they should not have survived.
That's true. Jeff Goldblum in particular.
Yeah.
When everyone else was in the hut.
I thought he was going to die, and I was honestly upset.
Yeah.
I was mad because he was my favorite character, and I was like, no, do not kill him. But if anybody was going to die, it would make sense for it to be him.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to kill Grant or Amy.
Yeah, Amy.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was a little boring at times. It felt like because it all took place in that facility for the most part, that it was kind of a little too isolated, I think. For it being the final movie of the trilogy. But I thought it was a really cool setting nonetheless. And then the final battle scene, and it was super cool looking. The dinosaurs looked good. Chris Pratt was in it. So I was having a good time.
The first scene with Chris Pratt where he was literally cattle herding dinosaurs. That was so cool. He was riding a horse chasing a dinosaur.
That's just so cool.
It was awesome. If you haven't been following the channel, then you don't know Chris Pratt's my favorite actor of all time. So I will talk highly about him as we continue going on to this.
Speaking of Chris Pratt, coming in at number 3 is Jurassic World. As we'll get to with these first two, I'm not going to spoil which one's number 1, but I think that this movie did a great job at like reintroducing the Jurassic Park universe to a newer audience, because I was a massive fan of the first two, and when I heard this was coming out, I was like, no way, that's so cool. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know, I think it was like what The Force Awakens was. It felt a lot like that for me.
Yeah.
Like,
don't get me started on The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Go watch our Star Wars.
Yeah, we also ranked all the Star Wars movies. But, like, I don't know. It was like this, like, you know, this old series that is just randomly getting rebooted. And, like, but Force Awakens was not the same.
Yeah.
But this was, like, actually that for me. And I loved the first two movies. So it was, like, so cool. And then it finally came out, and Chris Pratt was in it. And the whole, like, controlling Velociraptor things is so cool.
That was sick. That's what I was going to mention when I talked about it.
I mean, there was some stuff that didn't vibe well. Like, I think the babysitter lady, her death still doesn't sit well with me. She got tortured. Whatever the new dinosaur was called,
yeah,
like genetically engineering dinosaurs was a good move for the series. It made sense because they couldn't have just done the same thing.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
Yeah, and I mean, it was fairly similar, but like, there's only so many ways you can have a dinosaur theme park movie be different.
Yeah, that's true.
And they tried at the very least.
Number 2 is Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. This one was a good watch.
2, I do think is a really good movie. It has a really cool finale, like bringing the T-Rex into the city was like really scary. Having Ian be the main character was a great move because Jeff Goldblum is a beautiful man.
He's awesome.
And a great actor.
Awesome.
I think everything in this movie works. It is like a little bit scarier than the first one, I think, which is a good thing because this movie is trying to scare you. So that's good. I can't remember the kid character's name, but the actress playing her does a great job, I think. I do think one of the only scenes in the whole movie I didn't care for was like how they make like a comment about how she's a gymnast or something, and that's how they beat the Velociraptors in that one room where she like swings on the poles. Like, it was just like a little cringe, but I liked it. It was cute. I liked it. Moving on to number 1 is Jurassic Park 1. Go watch Top 10 Movies. It is on my list. I love this movie. I think it's one of the few like older movies that was considered a masterpiece and still holds up today. I think a lot of them people look back with like these like nostalgic glasses and like, oh no, it's still just as good as I remember it being. But like, Jurassic Park really is just a good movie. Like, I think it's a masterpiece.
One of the coolest opening scenes in cinematic history, in my opinion.
It is. Shoot her! Shoot her! Great opening scene. I love all the characters. It's got a lot of good moments of like dark comedy. Like, the bathroom scene is really funny.
It is. And let's not forget, like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal now, but this is the movie that introduced the idea of taking DNA from reptiles and recreating dinosaurs and putting them in a world like that. That's a crazy, cool, and awesome concept.
So cool.
And this is the movie that brought that. Like, we look at it now, and it's not that big of a deal because we have 6 movies. But this was the movie that came up with the concept in this movie, and it worked very well.
I don't remember if the book came out first or after the movie.
I didn't even know there was a book.
There is, and I want it really bad. But like,
never mind. It might not have.
Either way, on the big screen, this is the one that started it. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Easily my number 1 of the series, and it again, like I mentioned earlier, given how absolutely incredible you do. Given how absolutely incredible this movie and Lost World are, it is just like a travesty that 3 is as bad as it is. Because like, it would be my favorite. It would be my favorite. Golly.
I'm sorry.
It would be my favorite trilogy of all time. but it is not because of how bad the third one is.
Let us know in the comments if you agree, disagree, and whatnot. Let us know what we should rank next. And also hit that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Get us to 500 by the end of the summer. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I'm Caleb.
I'm Caleb.
And you've been Caleb PM.
Get Caleb PM.
We'll see you Wednesday morning at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. Be on the lookout for new videos coming out. And we love you guys.